you're giving us a bit of a lesson on mirrors, and they can be tricky. They're great for a space because they can really expand the space.
Right.
But also you have to think about where the placement is going to be. It's going to be somewhat strategic.
Well, you don't want it in a dining room where people are sitting at one side of the table looking at themselves because they are very distracted, I find. People are like this, and you're trying to talk to them, so you don't want it there. I do like mirrors opposite windows.
Yeah.
Or sometimes we'll mirror the back of a door in a condo, the entrance door, because it just looks like a big slab if it's reflecting the window. So when you're walking to the door, it feels like you're walking towards a window.
That's smart, and it's functional too, because then you get that last look before you leave, that last head-to-toe peek at your outfit.
And I love it when you place a mirror and then it reflects like the pattern on a beautiful wallpaper.
Yeah.
You know, and you're getting kind of double the bang for your buck.
What a reflection. But I'll tell you what not to do. I had clients who went out and bought one of those beautiful mirrored chests of drawers. You guys have all seen them, right? And then they dropped a sink into it and placed it opposite the toilet. So the first time I went to their house and I had to use a powder room, I'm like, okay, we have a problem in the powder room.
That was my first powder room. When I bought my first house, the whole powder room, the walls and the ceiling were mirrored. I'm like, oh no.
Oh dear.
That is coming out.
This is not going to work.
Don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that.
I don't even want to see myself in the morning when I wake up. So I'm not having mirrors opposite the bed. It's a little scary.
Yeah, you got to think about what you're going to be seeing in that mirror, and you want the right things reflected for sure. Yeah. We have a question now. This one's from you, Tamara. We've got Sue out in the audience right now. I love it when you guys can come here and bring your questions. It's great if you can bring them in, you know, at the start of a new build so we can get there right from the start. But let's see what Sue wants to ask you about today. Hi, Sue.
Thanks, Tamara, for answering and solving my design question. I bought a condo last year, renovated it completely, took down the solarium wall, but now I'm stuck. I'm not sure how to place the furniture where the living room and solarium are joining each other, but then you can see into the kitchen.
See, it's a good time to ask.
Yeah, it's a great time, and now it's kind of like a blank canvas. You can see Sue's space there, and this is the end that's, you know, the solarium end that she's opened up. And really, she wants to buy some new furniture. The only thing she's invested in is her drapes, which are burgundy. So I had a little time to throw this together. Normally, it's just chicken scratches. But I did put together a basic floor plan for her. And I think the furniture placement is really key in this space. So, you know, and bringing in those rugs to delineate, define the areas. Especially here, we've done built-ins because from her pictures, she's got chairs on either side of the TV. Nobody wants to sit on either side of the TV. So we're doing built-ins here with the sofa basically in the same place she has it. And then chairs facing into this grouping that are kind of in the, by the windows. Now, I gave her some other options as well. She could put a console table, because there is space beside, I just put a plant there, beside the sofa, tuck a stool under it, similar to what I did in my segment, although it doesn't have to be a Moroccan wedding poof. And so then she can have that little stool or ottoman tucked under for some additional seating. And as well, she can have some occasional chairs with arms at the head of the dining room. And if the palette is all coordinated, she can bring those in to the living room for extra seating when she has guests. She can tuck one here so it's not blocking access to the hallway. So there's a lot of possibility there. And then I just put together a few examples for her of transitional furniture, because one of the things she said is, I don't like modern and I don't like traditional. So, you know, well, here you have it. These pieces feel fresh, contemporary, beautiful, but they've still got a lot of character. And she doesn't have to get these exact pieces. I just had a few inspiration shots that I threw in. But the last piece of it is that burgundy, her drapes, you know, that's a strong color. And so how do you deal with that? She says some of the paint on the walls is already gray. She'd love to buy a gray sofa. So I think you just need to make it into more of a cohesive palette and soften it. I thought the lavender would be nice to bring in, you know, she could have a little bit of burgundy in a cushion with those, mixed with those tones of gray. You know, this pillow, maybe I wouldn't. But, you know, it's just kind of making it more of a palette so it's not the stark burgundy. Like, where else is she going to draw it through? Right. And how can she soften it?
So it looks a little bit more intentional, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Love that. Great advice.